Now, he did say it's going to be hard because this is still white America.
Yes.
Okay? And there's just some things that they're not going to see. But I said, but if anybody reads this with an open mind and open their eyes, I'm not saying anything that's wrong.
Right. No.
And I actually said, we can't accomplish what WWTN is trying to do here, not the way they're doing it in the book. The whole thing is I'm trying to use reverse psychology. What's the name of the group? Do you remember the group? Not the Unity Patrollers, but the Demolition Squad.
Demolition Squad.
The Demolition Squad. Their whole thing is if you're wearing your pants off your butt and you don't pick it up, they're going to eliminate you.
Yeah.
So now, out of fear, everybody started wearing their clothes properly.
Yes.
Okay? Now, I'm not saying that this is what we need, but we indirectly need some kind of a psychological approach to the mayhem that's going on out here because nothing is happening. And then it's not just with the educational system, it's with everything. It's with New York City Transit, all the money squandering and I don't even want to get into that because my boss sees it. And it's going up and they're reducing. There's no buses, no nothing.
And lottery is getting higher and higher. Everybody's playing it. And where is the education?
Where's the It's not going where
exactly.
It's not going where it says it's supposed to go.
That's right.
You know, so it's really scary. And America, you know, I'm from the Caribbean, and I remember someone saying that the only way you're going to go to America, and actually every single person in here is not American unless you're native, okay? We are all immigrants, okay? But the person said, if you're going to survive America, you have to become crooked like America because they embrace crookedness, okay? And at the time that they said this, I didn't quite understand it. I really didn't quite understand it. But as I look at life now, and I look at how things are, and I look at the corporations, the banks, how they rape you with interest, the educate everything. I see now what they're talking about. So the only way that you're going to survive and be on top of that mountain, you're going to have to bamboozle somebody.
Exactly.
And that's the American way. We got to get out of that.
Exactly.
We have to get out of that. And we are so submerged and so it's so much inflated negativity around us that who said the thing about the blinders?
Mary.
That's exactly what's happening. We can't see anything else. If I'm not wearing that gold ring and driving that fly car, then you ain't saying nothing important to me. But when you die, you ain't taking that with you.
Thank you.
That's right.
You're not taking it
Put a
with you.
check in your pocket.
It's not gonna. You know, I used to work at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, and I used to work in the operating room. Okay, where after they finish doing the operations, I clean up, and after that, I would clean up the intensive care area. A relative of one of the Rockefellers was dying. He had cancer, pancreas cancer. And he just finished being operated and the anesthesia just wore off. He's hooked up to all of these different things. He called me over. Hey, come here. When I went to him, he said, what's your name? I told him. He said, do you know who I am? I was 20 years old. I didn't know who the hell he was. I don't know who you are. He said, I am one of the richest men in this entire world. And right now, I wish I would trade everything I have to have your help. And at 20, I still didn't understand what he was saying.
Right.
10 years later, it hit me. You can't buy your way into heaven, or you can't buy health. You
That's
understand?
right.
That's a gift from the Creator.
That's
and
right.
for all of us who may be living in a one-room shack, but we can run down the street, we're rich.
That's right.
We are rich.
That's right.
And a lot of us don't give God the thanks and the praise that we're supposed to give Him because we are so superficial and so materialistic that we don't realize the blessings that we are, the richness that we are engulfed in. We don't recognize it. And all I want to do, as a young black brother, and all that, I ain't all that young. I'm getting up there. All right. I want to.
Boy, you still a baby.
All right. But I would like.
In diapers.
For
True that. The old girls called it back.
I would love, I really would love, if all my brothers and sisters, and listen to me carefully when I say my brothers and sisters, you don't have to be black to be my brother.
That's right.
You don't have to be Spanish to be my brother. Because you see, I said it once before, for all of those who don't know their history, every single person comes from the black man.
That's right.
All right? So in essence, we are all family. I don't let religion separate me from who you are, because we family. And it's just up to you to realize that you and I are family. And once we realize that, and we get past the selfishness, we get past the materialism, the hating, and we've been programmed. I'm not going to lie. Our history as black folks, slaves, and even other ethnic groups, all right, can make you the way you are. But like I said earlier, it's time for us to wake up and stop that excuse. That's history. Let's get past that now. Because if we don't, it's his story. It's gone.
It ain't the real story.
It ain't the real story. His story. Let's make history right now. They say that we can't do anything. Why we can't prove people wrong?
Well, bottom line, if you survived all of this mess that you've been through, you ought to know you the top of the heap.
I know that's right. Exactly. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
so we got to do something, and it's scary because if I came up with a system where I'm going to cut out welfare, all right, but I'm going to create jobs. So instead of my tax money paying for the welfare recipients, we all could be contributing our taxes to something greater. Guess what? Someone on welfare is going to put a bullet in my head.
Yes.
And I will be dead. Because nobody wants to escape the satisfaction of being dependent.
That's right. They don't want change.
All we are. We depend on, and it goes back to control. It goes back to control. That document, it really opened up my eyes. Everything is controlled here. Okay? They don't want to give MTA drivers or the clerks or the cleaners a raise because they don't want them to live next door to them. So if I can stop you from making the type of money that can put you next door to me, then I'm going to do so. Because I don't want you next door to me. You might think you're just as good as I am. And you can never be as good as me because I'm the man.
Not only that, they want to keep the women down because we got to have somebody to clean our house because we're not going to do it.
Right. There's so many different things. Vinny, my brother, thank you for coming through. God bless you. Okay. It's Beverly, how you doing? Love you. Thank you for coming through. You know. So what a lot of people may, if you don't see it my way, and like you said, every single person here has their own experience. A good example is I could read a chapter of the Bible.
Yes.
All right, just a chapter or a verse, and we all can read this very same verse, and we all give different meanings.
That's right. That's right. Because it means different things to different people. That's right.
I mean, I love this, but because of my past as an editor, I really want to ask some questions about, if it's okay now.
Sure, ask.
I know before I wasn't supposed to.
Okay, ask.
But, okay, so how did you write Whiteout? What was did you have a schedule? Did you say, 4 o'clock every morning, I'm going to write this book? Remember Terry Williams and other people have said, no matter where they were, they wrote. Scott Turow, when he made his commute from Chicago and the suburbs into the city to work, that's where he wrote. Okay. On the way back, he wrote. Okay. So I want to know about that because I think it would be very helpful, and I would encourage you to include that when you talk with young people because there are a lot of young people I'm finding who really want to write. Okay. So that's one thing.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, the reason why I didn't write this book for it to be published. I wrote it for my kids. I got 6 kids. And I drive the bus and the conversations that I hear scares the hell out of me. The kids don't even respect the older folks. I mean, they'll talk whatever they want to talk, and that's scary because I'm not saying I grew up as an angel, but when adults was around,
You changed it.
you understand? And it's scary. So I said, if I drop dead tomorrow, I really wanted to write a story that, not that it's a guideline, but I want the family, the love that you spoke. Who spoke about it earlier?
Actually, I did.
The love that you right. The love that you found in the family, that Bill Cosby type of thing.
Beautiful.
That's what I want, because I want my kids too many. I hear too much kids on the bus talking about, I'm gonna kick my brother's. I'm going to do this, and they're not talking about playfully. They're talking about they want to hurt their blood. You know, and I'm like, so I try to instill in my kids, y'all really don't have to, I'm not saying y'all can't have friends, but your best friends is right here.
So did you sit down at 2 o'clock in the morning to write the book? Can you tell me what your approach was?
What I did was,
because I think young people would be so inspired to know, like, how do you actually do this?
when I was driving the bus, all right, when I get to the end, on each end, you know, depending on if you're on time and, you know, you have a few minutes, you know, you might have 5-10 minutes. Every time when I got to the end of each line, I wrote. And then when I take the 40, I live in Pennsylvania, but I stay by my mom's house in Queens during the weekdays because I can't do the commute. So when I'm on the 44, I'm writing. And then once I finished everything, then I got my laptop and I just transfer. And while I was transferring, sometimes I was like, let me change this or whatever because I thought of something or whatever. But I put whatever I'm going to do, and basically all of these books was written on the bus.
See, that's really good for young people and old people to know. I think to know how do you do it, because it seems like, you know, it's not just like you're wealthy or whatever, but it's also other things seem unattainable.
Okay.
So when you break it down like that, I was on the bus and I did it. Now, what about? No, I'm not kidding, because I've met so many young people because I've just started mentoring with under my girlfriend's thing, and it's amazing. Well, how do you do that? I could never do that because it's like, you know, no, only people who have money or, you know, have good jobs or whatever do things. And that's not true. If
That's right.
you share this, it's beautiful to hear.
Just do it.
Well, just do it. But also, you did it because it's not like you had all the leisure in the world to be sitting around writing.
No.
That's why I gave the examples I gave too.
Right.
So you can see that you can have a job even if it's not a job you love. You seem to like your job, but
no. No. It pays.
But you know what I
know what you
So
say.
you don't have to be sitting in some Eiffel Tower somewhere to write a book.
Right. No,
So I
you
think
don't.
that's good for you to do. I also have another suggestion.
Okay.
So, what was his name? Suarez?
Alberto Suarez.
Okay. I know he's thinking about, you know, doing the trail and everything. I also think your book, would translate so beautifully as an audiobook.
Yes, that's something that we're working on.
That would, to me, that is where you will make your money, because reading it, we expect certain conventional things, rightly or wrongly.
Right.
Rightly or wrongly.
Okay.
Even I can see that. But in an audio, oh hell. And especially the way kids download things now and could be sending it to their friends. Now, I don't know how you do like the money part of that. That's the tricky part. Okay. But if you could find a way to make it, like you said, tap into where the kids are already in that format.
Right.
Which is oral.
Right.
They're totally oral now. And visual.
Okay.
That's it. Totally oral and visual. That's where they are. So if you could find a way to actually, you know, keep it under wraps so that you can make some money out of it, because you certainly want to make money.
Right.
That's what I would say. I would work with people like Suarez who have connections.
Right.
They know how to they call it, what is it, rememorize it or whatever it's called.
Okay.
There's a word. Amortize it?
Something
amortize.
Like
It's
right.
called amortize it. They know how to amortize it.
Okay. I will have my wife. Well, my wife, she's the business person behind this whole thing. She's the one who even got it published. I just wrote the story. But we did speak
Now,
about
see,
that the
that's
last
good,
time.
too. That's good too.
We did speak about that last time because even printing it bigger, because someone here had mentioned Mildred that is so fine, and some eyesights are a little. So there's a lot of things that we would eventually do, but when you're doing this basically by yourself, it's published by Roy Dell Records, but Roy Dell Records is my company,
Sure.
so it's me,
Exactly.
and I'm doing everything basically by myself, and it's really hard for me when you are a husband, when you are a father for 6, when you have a house in Pennsylvania but you're staying in Queens, when you spend over 12 hours a day driving, doing your job, and then you have these different things you're setting up. It's so hard, and if I don't have the help, that's why I thank God for the family that helped me. My family, my actual family, they're very supportive. I have my brothers, my sisters, my good friends who support me, and I take what you just said, that's an encouragement and something, because if I don't have that, I don't know about it.
Right.
So the more that I can be fed, it's up to me to chew and swallow.
Well, do you know there are those colleges and journalism schools where students get credit for doing certain projects? Maybe your editing some of your work could be a project that they would volunteer to do. So you tap into things for free.
Okay.
I'm really good at doing that.
Oh, you want to work with me? You want to work with me?
I don't mean for you.
But I'm asking
for
you.
my own life, I make sure I get a lot of free resources. A lot of free resources.
Well,
one of them is using university students to get credit. I'm working with one now.
Before we leave, I'm giving you my telephone. Okay?
All right.
And I'll pick it. No, but if I could pick your brain, or if you could at least feed my wife or feed my friends what to do, that helps so much, because you're saying some things to me that are new to me, and that's very helpful, and I thank God for that.
That's over the 40 group.
So yes, so we'll definitely, I'll give you my number before we leave, that way at least I can have my wife or my friend just call you.
Can I get your wife's email address?
Sure. I'll give you all of that stuff.
Because I know somebody who can help.
Okay.
Very good.
Talk to me. My brother Louis, come up here for a second, man. This is my brother Louis, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And he became my brother a long time ago. Just getting on my bus. Just talking.
All right.
Just talking to
Is
me.
he one of the ones that answered those questions that you had?
No, he didn't. He's too intellectual for that. He would have gave the right answers. But when you have, let me tell you, a lot of the guys on my job, they'll do me dirt on the road, but they're very supportive, even from when we were in Amsterdam Depot. And if I make a move up, I can't forget the people who helped me.
That's right.
I cannot. You have a lot of people who they become successful and then they forget you. You know what? I mean, I say God controls what was going to happen with me anyway. But the day I turn coat on anybody, take me. I can't do that, and I won't do that.
That's right.
What I might not embrace so much is if Lou here knows a lot of stuff going on, and he decides because of his own reasons, negative reasons, he won't help me. But later